Hey everyone, it's Nathan McKenzie from Broncos Central, and I don't know what I just witnessed, but that is not the Broncos team that I've been watching for the last month. You can tell the effort was there. They put in a lot of effort, but they just couldn't hold the ball, and you can't win football games without holding the ball. And Manly just overpowered us, and they were just too good on the day. And to be honest, we were actually lucky to only lose 32 points to 4. Really bad start again. We let a try in for the first 5 minutes. Very poor defensive effort there between Ezra and I think Carrigan was on the inside of him as well. So that was pretty disappointing. I was expecting a lot more. A couple of their tries, like the Hapawadi try was pretty lucky. And, and in the second half, the last two tries really, if we discount those two, like one was because we were trying to do something different and, Manly kept capitalising their mistake. And the last try was just, that was pretty pathetic to be honest. We never should have let that one in. And again, just the amount of drop balls was absolutely, you can't win games without the football. Karapani had a really bad game, I'm sorry to say. That's not the type of player that he has been. Stab was all over him from aspects. I know he was trying to defend him like crazy, but he made some silly errors. The sin bin, we didn't capitalise on their sin bin. They had a person in the sin bin, we did not capitalise. We had no possession. When we scored the first try, when we counter-attacked and Walsh threw that cut-out pass to Verhoeven, I thought we're on here. We're on here for a good showing in the first half, but no, it was really poor. You can't win a game with only 39% possession. And again, Melly played really well. And like I said, Chib in the preview, Foreign's got take a lot of credit for what this team's doing. Yes, I know we're missing a lot of players. Like the last month, we've just had no go forward. The only one who actually went forward this game is probably Wilson. Seymour and Preston Ricky went forward. Jordan did pretty well, but we're just lucky in the front row department at the moment. I know, they're trying hard, but they're just not getting on the front foot. We've just got no counter attack. And too much drop ball. Like I said, 39% of possession. Completion rate was 22 out of 39, 56%. You can never win a game. And you play Sea Eagles at 4 Points Park. Like I said before, I think it's since 1998 we've only won twice. But I think before that, I think I even heard the commentary, we only won 5 games out of 19 or something like that. So you can't win games with no possession. You just look at it, like they ran for 900 more metres than we did. Post-contact metres was almost an additional 300 more. 7 line breaks to 1. Missed tackle counts was just great. Tackle breaks, 43 to 14. If managers are looking at these stats and actually sitting them down, making all look at each other with a hard look at their face. Yes, our goal line defence was good. But the defence from their goal line to ours is a joke. There's some times when we actually were on the front foot, and then the halfback, kicked a beautiful 40-20. We were dominated. Hunt looked like he was underdone. I was actually hoping he'd come on the bench, come off on the bench. I was hoping Tom Duffy would start and just bring him into the game slowly. But too much pressure was put on Hunt from the start. Kicking game was atrocious. Man was shocking. He actually went back to the work he was in the first 2 weeks. But again, I know the team were trying hard, but you just can't win a game without football. I can say it again. It's just like even the bombs 8-0. We had no possession in their half. We had nothing. I think the second half we ran in there 20 once and we dropped it. We had 2 forced dropouts and we did not get the ball back. They did a 10-metre kick and straight back, and Karapani dropped the second one. Really poor. Like I said, even missed tackles. 43 missed tackles. Manly only missed 14. That first 15 minutes, we were actually starting to not get on top, but I saw on the edges we were trying to do really well. We had a game plan, but we just kept dropping the ball, and I'm sorry to say that I wouldn't say I was embarrassed. Like I said, I can see they're trying hard. I sat, like most supporters, I sat on my couch even though I tipped the Broncos this week to win, like I said, the last 2 weeks I tipped it against this, and I actually thought having some players back, and then when I found out Benny Hunt was playing, that was after I made my tip. I thought that would actually make us stronger. I thought Preston Ricky coming in, I like the fact that he started, and he did start well. But no, you can't give teams a try in the first 5 minutes and then expect to come back. We just got to stop giving teams a head start. The best thing is when I was younger, I used to probably be down for a couple of days, but I've grown up and there's always next week. It's just a game in the end. I've played lots of sport in my lifetime and I've learned that once the game's over, you move on. And I'm sure that's what this team's going to do. They're going to look back. The best thing about tonight, even though we tackled like crazy, we'll learn. Not sure we learn, but the fact, I think that'll help us put us in good stead moving forward to show how we can defend when we're tired. So I'm just trying to think of positives that come out of this game. Take nothing away from Manly. They deserved the win. They played better, well coached. But again, other than Foggy, and I think, and Javoyevich at the back, they just had a better side on the park and they just had a better game plan. We looked like we had no plan. If whatever the plan was, it failed. We didn't have plan B and we didn't have plan C. And everything we tried failed because we just kept knocking the ball on. And it wasn't, forward passes was another one. Benny Hunt, forward pass. Ezra, about 3 of them he did forward passes. So, all right, let's regroup. Big game next week. We've got the Warriors. A Magic Round, 4 o'clock on Sunday. If anyone's going to the game, please let me know and let us know what it's like out there. But like I said, we're 5-5 now after 10 rounds. A lot's happened in the first 10 rounds. Like I said, slow start to the season. We came back. There were so many injuries and suspensions. So that Warriors coming up soon, which is going to hurt as well. I still think we're pretty much very similar to where we were last year, so I'm not stressed with regards to that. I just think we've just got a long way to go in this season. With players coming back, I think we can still push for the top 8. And I think it'd be hard to get to the top 4, but you never know. We did it last year and everyone doubted us, so I've got no doubt that we'll get there again. All right, enjoy the rest of the weekend, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.